Welcome to Primos for Life, the wrestling podcast made for the fans, by the fans. Como siempre, yo soy Eddie, el niño vaque. We got Ariel, the Ecuadorian dream bisueta, and we are your self-proclaimed, undisputed co-host tag team champions of the world. And in tonight's episode, we're breaking down Monday Night Raw, from Cody versus Jade, to Jade Cargill's dominating win, to Karrion Kross making his presence felt. Plus, Ariel and I drop our picks for Night of Champions. So, como siempre, sit back, grab a snack, and let's get it on. Yo, Primo, what's up?
The sky, my man, the sky. But other than that, everything's good on my side. How about you?
Good, man, good. Just, in shock that Night of Champions is still happening, bro. I think it's wild,
Yeah. It's, after the news that happened last week, there was a bunch of reports on whether or not they would continue, whether I read somewhere they were thinking about moving a location. I'm like, you're getting kind of crazy there.
Yeah.
So, I think you and I both, we spoke about this yesterday, and just to kind of get this started off again, we want to wish everyone safe travels, safe ventures there while you're there, fans, superstars, employees, everybody. Be careful out there. You never know what can happen. The world is a crazy place. Unfortunately, it's the reality that we live in. But from the bottom of our hearts and our minds, we wish you guys the best. We want you to be safe, come home safe, and let's look forward to hopefully a really great show. I know you probably want to piggyback on that a little bit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Actually, I think you said it perfectly. And I'm just more excited that now that they are going to go forward with the show, let's get through Raw pretty quickly and then let's get to our picks, man, because I'm excited about this card. I'm really excited about Saturday for sure.
Oh yeah. This should be a really, really good PLE. So hopefully the billing fits the card. And all right, well, let's start with Raw. If you don't mind, I'll just kind of take off a little bit with this. We open up with Columbus, Ohio, of course. Yeah. So we open up with Seth Rollins comes out, and along with his squad of Broncito and Breaker and the Oracle, Paul Heyman, stating that he is the reason that all this is happening, that all this good stuff in WWE. He's the reason CM Punk is here, because they wanted to use the hatred that he had against him. He's the reason, that Cody won the belt. He was the shield for Cody at Mania and things along those lines. And then he said, get in my way and I'm going to move you if I have to. Cutting a very solid promo. It was like, it was good. It was a good 8 to 10 minutes. I was like, oh man, we can get to this match forever. But yeah, so he's in there and just telling everyone to get out of his way. And the first person who's going to learn the lesson, because they got involved outside of LA Knight, who we find out is now injured for a unspecific amount of time with a bruised sternum and some kind of a cracked rib. They're saying that tonight is going to be Braun Breaker versus Penta, so Braun can teach Penta a little bit of a lesson.
Yeah, and then I think it was a great way to start off the night, but then also start off the first match of the night, being that it was Penta versus Braun. And all I wrote in my notes was fantastic match. That spear practically ripped Penta in half. I was amazed. I was like, oh my gosh. But both of these guys are just animals in the ring, and they're awesome. I mean, what a great way to start the night, for sure.
It was absolutely fantastic. And that spear, when I saw it, my concern was for Braun's neck, because he didn't look like he landed that spear as cleanly as he wanted to. His head wanted to be off to the side of Penta, and it looked like he kind of caught him with most of that. And then he did kind of grab his neck on the way down, and I was like, oh, geez, I hope this is not what it could be. It wasn't. It doesn't appear to be. But yeah, no, it was a fantastic spear. Great match. Braun obviously gets the win following that spear. And like you said, it's just a great way to start Raw. The one right before a PLE, you kind of want some action, because you're going to have a little amount of matches because you're banking everything on the PLE card. So you're just kind of setting up. So that was a very solid match to put in the beginning.
Yeah, for sure. But then we get the next segment, sad news, really, where Adam Pearce lets AJ Styles know that the IC championship match between him and Dominic has been postponed due to injury. And I know we've touched on this before, and I've sent you posts about this, but man, this injury list keeps growing, man. And I'm just like, I didn't realize how many people are on that list since I saw that this week. I was like, wow, man, that's wild.
Yeah. It's massively unfortunate that there's that many injuries coming around. It's LA Knight, it's Liv Morgan, it's Dominic Mysterio, it's Chad Gable.
Yeah. So Grande Americano,
Well, I mean, we got to see. We got to see if he makes a return. Maybe he comes and defends Gable's honor and messes up Penta for what he did. But yeah, it was a long list. Yeah, man, you're right, and I feel bad, and so our condolences and hearts go out to them, and just hopefully the talent that they're going to use in the interim to fill these spots are, entertaining and get their chance to shine and do so.
Yeah, absolutely. Speedy recovery to everybody. But then, we get your boys, the New Day, right after that little segment with AJ Styles, where Adam tells them, guess what, guys? You guys have a title match against Finn and JD. Whew. I'm ready for that one. I'm excited for that one for sure.
Be a good one. That's going to be a good one. These all four guys are fantastic in the ring. So this should be really entertaining, and as long as they give them their opportunity to hit their spots and be themselves, this is going to be a very entertaining match.
Yeah, for sure. Like you mentioned before, behind the scenes, it was New Day versus Judgment Day, and that's day versus day.
Day versus day. Oh wait, and then the other thing about this is when New Day found out that this was happening, now they're running with Grayson Waller apparently.
Yeah,
because then he goes up to Pierce and he's like, "Don't miss my boys that way." And you're like, okay, Grayson Waller, cool, I guess so. Like, I mean, I would have preferred a Austin Theory, but I think Waller, you can get more of like a goofy kind of a vibe off of too. Sometimes I think he plays that goof a little bit better, so I think it'll work. It'll work with the New Day. We'll see what happens, but who knows?
Yeah. And then we'll just blow through this part really quickly. We get Michael Cole.
I was about to say, you want to fast forward to this one like quickly. So I'll do it for you, so you don't even have to mention it, so the words don't have to come out of your mouth. What comes next is the Goldberg interview, and this is a good 4 or 5 minutes of just fast forward. Essentially, yes, he embarrassed me. No one's going to do that to me in my house. I'm going to teach you a lesson. I don't care if I'm 28 or 58. This is still me. So Gunther, you started something. I'm going to finish it at Saturday night's main event in his adopted home of Atlanta. And yeah, 4 or 5 minutes of that, and you get the point across. Michael Cole's in there looking interested. He's not. But yeah, so then we get that interview, and done with that, we move on to the Judgment Day Clubhouse. I'll let you rock the Judgment Day Clubhouse.
Yeah, well, pretty much Finn Balor rallies the troops, basically wishing everybody good luck and trying to rally everybody up because Roxanne has her match, right? And then also, oh man, but you know what? I totally blanked on that.
Well, no. So what he was saying was, he was like, Roxanne. He's like, everybody, because Liv is hurt and everybody looks down. He's like, this doesn't need to be like this. He's like, Roxanne, if you win, you're going to the Queen of the Ring finals, where you could become the Queen of the Ring. He's like, Dom, you're still the Intercontinental champ. He's like, JD, we got a title shot next week. He's like, Raquel, you are the women's tag team champion. It's like, so he's trying, getting everybody up, and then he kind of, verbally cons Raquel Rodriguez into going out there and being the enforcer she's supposed to be and taking care of her for what Rhea Ripley did last week to her. So fun segment, Finn is planting seeds everywhere too, because at the end when it was Roxanne's match, he's like, Dom, it's time for her match. And Dom's like, good luck.
Yeah, I did write that
down. but I was like, all right, well, whatever, to each his own. But yeah, fun little segment, hey, great. Give me a good 2 minutes of the Judgment Day. I'm happy.
Yeah, for sure. And then that leads into the next match, which is Roxanne versus Jade. And I got to be honest with you, bro. I really, really thought Jade was gonna lose, man. Because I thought with the whole Judgment Day segment, I thought with the play on her left knee, Roxanne was attacking it the whole match. I was like, is Judgment Day going to come in and like help Roxanne and, indirectly have Roxanne take Liv's place while she's out? I'm just like, are they really going to do this tonight? And I thought that was going to be the outcome, but no, ultimately, fantastic match. Everybody looks fantastic. Jade has improved significantly, and that boot to the face and that at the end of the match, fantastic. Jade gets the win, man. I was surprised, but I really thought Roxanne was going to take it.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that you're surprised that it was that's the case, because once it was Roxanne versus Cargill, I had penned Cargill in already. Like I was like, okay, that's what's going to be what happens. Now, could I have seen something with the Judgment Day happening? Probably. I think what might have thrown that off the rails was the injury to Liv Morgan. Because now you have to open the spot. Because like you said, now what they can do is they can build some kind of trust where Raquel Rodriguez starts to think, Roxanne Perez is cool, which later on in the evening we find out does happen, and kind of brings her into the fold and kind of accepts her, which now will bring Liv back angrier. So I think that either storyline could have happened where they could have helped her win or what have you. But not sure if the Liv Morgan injury derailed that. But yeah, I thought Jade was going to win this off jump just because, until Asuka returned, I was pretty sure Jade Cargill was going to win the Queen of the Ring anyway. But
yeah,
So that's why I was kind of shocked that you're shocked. Yeah, no, it was a solid match. It was a good match. It was a solid match considering the size of Jade Cargill and Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, for sure. And then actually, before we go into the next part of that match, in between the match, there was a quick Bayley and Lyra segment. Bayley was prepping for her match. Lyra was just trying to make sure they were good. Bayley was a little snappy, was like, hey, like, let me focus on my match, this and that. But you know what? No, we're good. All that stuff. And it's funny because once I saw this, I was like, Lyra's going to do something later, which ultimately does end up happening, and we'll get into in a few. But that happens in between that match. But like we stated, Jade gets the win. And at the end of that match, we get a little Asuka Jade face off, which, to your point, once I see that, I was like, oh, yeah, this makes sense. We've seen this before. We've seen it in the tag team style. We now want to see it, on the one-on-one stage. And it's a good match to have on Night of Champions to be able to showcase them both. You know what I mean? So I think it was a good idea.
Absolutely.
I like it.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's Asuka still Asuka. Through the injuries, for the year that she was gone, she's still one of the top females on that roster, no doubt. So I think her versus Jade is a good match, and I think they're both, like you said, Jade has gotten a lot better. Asuka's a fantastic in-ring worker. So this should be pretty fun and entertaining to watch, and one hell of a match. We should definitely get from there. But after we get that little stare down, we get a little Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso package. Yep. Then we cut to Sheamus in the back talking to the Alpha Babes before he's interrupted by Rusev, and they have a little back and forth about what's going on, and Rusev is basically like, I go out there and I handle my business in the ring. You're back here like a snake, handling things. That's what he says is, I handle my stuff in the ring like a god, and you're back here like a snake. And then Sheamus is like, a god? You were the worst member of the League of Nations.
I know, bro. What a low blow, man. I was sitting there listening to that, and I was like, not only did our group suck, but you were the worst one. And I'm like, bro, how you going to do that to Rusev, man? I love Rusev.
Bottom of the barrel, man. Bottom of the barrel. I was like, okay. Like, so they're pushing for a match. And then Rusev was like, well, if that's the memory you have, I'm going to make you some new memories. So this is going to be a physical match, and these two are both studs, so this will be fun. But yeah, I thought that little segment there was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, for sure. And then we get a quick replay of Fanatic Fest up in NYC. I was like a little jealous. I was like, oh, man, like I really wish I was there for that. We were there for that, bro, because man, everything and everyone that I follow, everybody posted some amazing things. Like people took their kids and like cosplayed with them, and some kids were dressed up as Jey Uso and Rhea Ripley and this and that, and it was just like, ultimately it is like Comic-Con for wrestling fans. I mean, that's literally what it is at this point.
Yep. That's exactly what it is. It's Comic-Con for wrestling fans. That's exactly what it is. And awesome. We deserve it. We paid our dues, but watching this product for that long, I want to be able to go somewhere and fan out and not feel judged by anybody. Like, yes, this works.
Yes.
So yeah, no, man. So yeah, you get that thing, and then we get your boy. So I'll let you roll from here as to what happens next.
Yes. So we get the greatest Gunther promo ever, bro, where he basically just, these are the highlights that I picked that I was like, ooh, this is what I'm talking about. Where he says, he's going to take that one trick pony, dude, and just destroy the myth of Goldberg. Make sure the myth of Goldberg dies. And I was like, let's go. Please don't let this man get another title run. Rip him apart. Be done with this. Yeah, it's in Atlanta. Yeah, it's his hometown. But if he wants to go and retire the right way, lose going out like every real true professional has in the past, please.
I mean, I was never a Goldberg guy, even at his height. I knew it because I'm like, this guy stinks. He's a jackhammer and a spear, and that's what he is. I mean, he injured how many people? Like, so I was never a big Goldberg guy. I agree with you. Like, let's get this over with. Honestly, this match is probably the least thing I would look forward to, just because I'm not a Gunther guy either. The promo was fantastic. That being said, let me say that the promo was fantastic. Not mad at it at all. It's not a Gunther guy. So this match to me is like nothing. But Goldberg he's I think another reason also that they're using Gunther in this position is because Gunther is so good in the ring. And he can cover a lot of mistakes that Goldberg will make, because even at his peak, Goldberg made mistakes and wasn't easy to work with. There's Steven Regal once said it. He's like, they asked me to carry a 5-minute match with this fool, or a 10-minute. He's like, and it was just the hardest thing I've had to do. And I'm great at what I do. Like, so it was, So great promo. great promo. Let's get the match out of the way. Get Goldberg, great, whatever. Like, just okay, goodbye. Let's like I respect and appreciate everything you did. But hang him up, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. And it's funny because I'm a tag you back now because it's actually William Regal, not Steven Regal.
Well,
I got my Braxton moment back.
William,
let's go.
Well, Steven and William. I hate to say them both because you're just like which because in WCW when he fought him he was Steven Regal.
Yeah.
So if you want to tap me back, not really, because in the story that I'm saying
Braxton
he is Steven Regal. So yeah, your Braxton moment still lives, man. Hey, listen, I got you on Braxton. I got you on forgetting Raquel Rodriguez. You have like you're trying to get me on Steven. He was Steven Regal when he fought. Now I'm gonna bring that point home.
Moving on, go ahead and take us to the next segment, please.
All right. Next segment, we get your boy Karrion Kross. Well, we get Sami Zayn. Rather, we start with a Becky Lynch interview, and Becky's very focused on her match. So Kelly walks away. She's like, "Oh, but wait, hang on. There's something else here going on." So she goes and she sees Sami Zayn. Sami, how do you feel about losing? Here comes Karrion Kross. I told you this was going to happen. I told you, Randy was going to beat you. Like this isn't you. You're not going to win doing this. And then Zayn just finally loses it, slugs him one, and then it's like, I already talked to Pierce. We got a match, Night of Champions, like me and you, like, and the best part was at the end as Karrion Kross is covering his mouth to be like, oh, he hit me and it hurts. He pulls it away, laughing, and him and Scarlett are both laughing, like, got him, like. So once again, a mystery nugget dropped into this whole puzzle to what is happening here.
Yes, I know. I'm super happy with that promo. Any moment Karrion's on the screen, I get really excited because I'm just like, man, this guy is gold. Like he doesn't have to be champion right away, but he needs to be something. So let me put it to you this way, and then we'll move on to the next segment. He's utilized so little and has so much impact. Imagine if you actually did use the guy. You know what I mean? So if that doesn't say anything, then I don't know what we're doing here, you know?
Right. No, you're 100% correct. He's pulling, t-shirt sales are number one. His segments are always, very highly rated. Like, he's solid. And you just hope that when they do give him the run, this can continue. So, yeah. So from there, we move on to the Intercontinental Champion match between Becky and Bayley. Great match, fine match.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fine match. And then we get a little interference from Lyra Valkyrie, who comes out to help Bayley at first, to help unbury her from some chairs that she's been buried under. She doesn't want to get counted out. So she comes to help out. And then at one point, she's in Becky's face and Becky's like, hit me, knowing that if Lyra hits her, Becky wins by disqualification. Lyra doesn't bite. Bayley comes in, starts tussling around, bang, bang. Becky goes to hit Bayley. Bayley steps aside. Lyra gets hit. Bayley throws her in the ring, is about to do her finishing move, and before she can, Lyra's on top of Becky, beating her. Disqualification, you're a winner, and still champion, Becky Lynch, but now you're causing the dissension in the ranks for Bayley and Lyra from that segment that happened before.
Yeah, the only thing that I'll say to this, and then we'll move on, is just give us the triple threat at SummerSlam. This is what it's leading up to. Like, I understand that we got to build the story, and I understand that we got to do this for the next 4 weeks, 5 weeks, however long. SummerSlam is actually probably a month from this point. Yeah, Let's just get to it, because I'm more excited for the match than what is leading up to that moment. So let's just get it. Let's just get there. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just do it. I mean, if that's where you're going, and that appears to be where all angles lead, then yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, for sure. And then we get your boy, right, Penta, where he has a segment with Chad Gable. And go ahead, bro, because I know you love, having your Penta moment. So please, I'll give you this one.
Well, Penta. Well, it's funny because when Penta came out, you could see that he touched up the makeup around his mouth.
Yeah,
he was that makeup had come off before when he was wrestling. And all the teeth are clean and everything, and I'm like, man, okay, well, hey, you got to do it. You're gonna be on camera. So Gable comes over and he wants to start popping off at the mouth, and Penta's like, yo, man, like stop. It's just enough. And Gable kept going at him. So Penta's like, you know what? I told you to stop. You didn't stop. So he knocks him to the ground, and then he hits him with the arm breaker. Because like I said before, Gable's injured too. So I think this is a good way to write Gable out using the person he's been beefing with most recently, who just took a loss, and looks like for all intents and purposes, this rivalry should work, and will. And then the funny part to me was, as much as I love Penta, and I just love seeing him on the screen, was after all the officials chased Penta away and American Made is standing over Chad Gable, we see a Ludwig Kaiser sighting in the background. Like, my man is like he's buttoning up his collar and stuff, and I'm like, all right, Ludwig, I don't know what you're doing, but okay. So yeah, so fine. Once again, a good way to show that Gable will be out. And the reason that he was out is because Penta just got tired of dealing with it.
Yeah. And then moving forward in this episode of Monday Night Raw, we get Raquel. She comes out to finally call out Rhea Ripley. They come out to the ring. They're having their moment. They start scrapping. Ultimately, tables are involved. And then Roxanne comes out and helps her out, giving Raquel and basically Judgment Day the final moment. And good way to kind of build and lead up to Night of Champions, kind of like what you said earlier. You have to have hard-hitting, quick stuff to be able to set up the PLE. So not bad. I was with it.
Yeah, I mean, it was the one thing you gathered from this particular segment was Roxanne is that she can toss Rhea around if she wanted to because she is that size. Not Roxanne, sorry, Raquel Rodriguez is. And secondly, that Roxanne Perez came out to help when Rhea was about to put Raquel through the table. She came out to help her. And then when Rhea like tossed her off to the side, whatever, Raquel stood up and walked over to her and like welcomed her in, like, okay, like, hey, stand up, like, give me a hand, like, I got you, like, thanks for helping, put her arm around her, like, they looked at her. So once again, building a little more dissension in the ranks for the return of Liv Morgan, because possibly with her not being there, you're going to have to do something with that second belt. And I don't know if they're going to do like, because I don't know if they're going to have her vacate it or if they're going to be like, find a partner a la Naomi and Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
So I think that's just kind of setting up a bunch of stuff there, which was good. The match should be solid match. Ripley's always great, and Raquel, she's good. She's good. The Tejana bomb is a nasty little move. So the Tejana bomb through the table was quite a little good spot. I'll take it.
Yeah. Well, the only thing that I'll say about that, and then we'll move on, is because they are the Judgment Day, they could do like a New Day situation and just have her by association take the place of the tag team, right? I mean, kind of like Big E between Xavier.
Yeah, because New Day would do that. They'd be like, 2 of the 3 you have to wrestle, just whenever it comes. Like, yeah.
So that's the angle that I would see it would go. But really quickly, we get an updated Yin and Yang promo. We loved it the first time. Kind of cool, adding the stuff that happened on that past Friday's Night SmackDown. Yep. Kind of bringing it a full circle for Night of Champions. Yeah, I liked it.
Yep. Loved it all. Loved it the first time. Loved it more the second time with the added Cena cut-ins, because the way they did it and the way, the lines that they chose to use and the clips that they chose to use, I think just kind of added to it and it made it that much better. So yeah, I was very, very happy with it. I'm going to go, probably just watch it again. I know they're going to play it before the match, but I'm just going to watch it again to watch it again. So we get that. Sure. And then that leads us into the final match of the night, which is, Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso for the King of the Ring qualifier. And I mean, when Randy Orton won his qualifier, I said it, the story here has to be Randy Cody. It's the most interesting build or storyline that you can get in there because of their history. So Jey Uso is fantastic and Randy Orton's great, and they would probably have a fantastic match together, but you don't have that underlying storyline that you do. I mean, you could come up with like, oh, you were with the Bloodline when they took me out, sure. But to be that Cody was in legacy with Randy, and it was Randy's group, and it was Cody and DiBiase and Randy, and they had that history together, that kind of little brother, big brother kind of thing, I think, set up for this. And Cody, as everyone can tell who's listening, Cody got the win. I'll let you go.
Yeah, no. Once I saw the match and I saw the way that it was going, they both put on a fantastic match, but I thought to myself, dang, Ariel was right. He called it. It's going to be Randy Cody because it's the thing that makes the most sense, and probably going to be one of the best matches of the night because they both are like a true professional. Like they really knock it out of the park all the time. So no surprise there. But yeah, no, overall, solid episode of Monday Night Raw. I loved it. And ultimately it leads up to the excitement for Night of Champion, which I'm actually excited to jump into those matches because what a card, man. Well, 6 matches and all fantastic.
Card looks great. Card looks absolutely fantastic. Like I'm looking forward to seeing all these matches because they've all done this storyline so well. And that was the good thing about Raw was you set up well for what's going in here. And I'm sure, when SmackDown happens, they're going to do the same thing. So that's going to be a tight turnaround for me because I got to work tonight, get SmackDown in before the 1:30 start of this thing tomorrow. Yeah. So that's going to be, I might have Amanda drive home and just watch SmackDown in the car ride. But yeah, so Night of Champions is in a couple hours. So is it 12 or 24 hours away from where we are right now? Probably. The United States?
Literally.
Yeah, like it's 1:30 or whatever. So let's get into Night of Champions. I will let you. I'll give you the first match and then you make your pick. We'll go from there. The kickoff of the night as to the paperwork that you have sent me and have read over yourself from WWE.com or have you. And he does his homework, ladies and gentlemen. For as much as there's those times where he just kind of farts sometimes, but he fart. And he also does his homework.
It happens.
So, hey, if I'm going to take it away from you, I'm going to give you props when you do it. But our first match of the night is the much awaited Sami Zayn Karrion Kross.
Yes. Whew. All right. Well, I mean, do I even have to say it? Karrion Kross for the
Yep.
logical pick and the fun pick, bro. I mean, realistically, I mean, the guy, if this is what the buildup was and this is what the payoff is going to be, I need not only Karrion to win, but I need him to destroy Sami so they could go to war 2-3 more times at SummerSlam, even all the way up to like Survivor Series. Just give me more of this. I just want a war. So Karrion all day, every day. I'm happy with that.
I think you're 100% correct. I'm going to agree with you across the board. It's Karrion. It makes no sense to have the build that you have right now with him being as over as he is, to have him take the L. Sami Zayn is, as I've said on this show before, is a great underdog. So Sami taking the L doesn't hurt him. You're still protecting Karrion here. You still have to protect him because you still have to see how viable he is. Yes, he does have all these positive things right now. You have to see if he can carry it out in the ring too. So, not that he can't. I mean, he's in WWE for a reason, but I'm saying in this particular scenario. So it's easier for Sami to take the loss. It makes absolutely no sense if Karrion does, unless you get like a Sami Zayn heel turn where Karrion beats him so bad that it breaks Sami Zayn, right? And then I think you brought that up once before. I think that'd be the only way you can have Karrion Kross lose this match. But so I'm going to agree with you across the board. Karrion Kross, fun and logical.
There we go. All right. And then while you jot that down, I'll go ahead and set up the next match. We have the official street fight between Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez. Go ahead, brother. You go first because I chose the last one, man. Set us off.
Yep. I'm going to go Raquel Rodriguez here. I'm going to go Raquel Rodriguez here. I'm going to go Raquel, and I'm going to go Raquel Rodriguez here because of the Judgment Day factor. It's a street fight.
Yes.
If this were a one-on-one match, I might have a different story. But it's a street fight. So Roxanne Perez can get involved and further, solidify that new relationship to make her a tag champ and to start pushing Liv Morgan, out the side too. So I would think it's going to be Raquel Rodriguez. Once again, as to my point earlier, Rhea can take a loss here, especially in a street fight and especially if it's a 2-on-1 or a 3, Judgment Day gets involved. So I'm going to go Raquel Rodriguez, both logical and fun. Because let's see Raquel Rodriguez get some love. Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? It's funny because everything you just pointed out is exactly the direction that I was going, because I as well will pick Raquel for my fun and my logical pick, because you're right. It doesn't make sense, because you got to remember, this is like a quick turnaround PLE, right? So it's not one of the big four. So you can't have Rhea win everything. You know what I mean? So let her have her moment at SummerSlam. Let her have her moment at Survivor Series or the Rumble, whatever. But, this is Night of Champions. Come on. Like you said, Raquel get some love. She's got some momentum. She got some heat. Let's rock with her and let's build up that, Judgment Day storyline. So 1,000% agree with you, brother.
Great. All right. Fantastic. All right. So then that leads us into the Intercontinental Championship.
No, remember that got postponed.
No,
we got U.S. Championship.
The U.S. Fatu versus Solo Sikoa. I will let you roll.
So for me, honestly, I mean, the fun pick obviously is Jacob because he's the man. He got momentum, everything. He's nice on the mic. But I think logical pick, we might be Solo Sikoa, only because you got to factor in, JC Mateo. You got to factor in that whole storyline. The only way that I see Jacob pulling out a win is if Hikuleo, right, might come to the main roster and help him out. Something with the more increasing of the bloodline storyline. Other than that, though, I think Solo, man. I think because we could have a situation where Solo wins it, but then Jacob picks it up again at SummerSlam or the pay-per-view after that. You know what I mean? Right. But let this be like a one. Let Jacob become a 2-3-time U.S. champion. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, I see what you're saying. I'm actually kind of funny because I'm completely flopped on this than you are. My fun pick would be Solo. Because I think that would be because it's Solo. He's good on the mic, and I think you can start working some things in. Also, then you have him beat Fatu through maybe Hikuleo comes and helps Solo. And JC is there, and now it's Fatu's outnumbered 3-1. Whatever happens, possibly. But I think Solo will be the fun pick. But for me, it's Fatu as the logical. He's this Samoan Wolverine that you put over as this monster, and Solo's family, but you don't want to take any kind of build away from him if he loses cleanly, and that happens if he loses cleanly. So I think if there's an interference of some kind, then sure. But my logical pick, I think, is still Fatu. I think he holds on and retains. And like I said, maybe this is the debut of Hikuleo for either side. Maybe he comes and helps him. Maybe he helps Solo. Who knows? But yeah, I definitely think we're seeing an increase in the bloodline storyline with this match tonight. Or tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. All right. Well, while you jot that down, let's set up the next match, which is the Queen of the Ring final between Jade and Asuka. Personally, I think the fun pick for me would be Asuka. You know, she's again, I really like this whole momentum thing. So she got momentum. Everybody's happy to see her back. She hasn't missed a beat. She looks fantastic. But I mean, at the end of the day, who knows if Jade does win? This is the match that we get for her to claim a title shot at a SummerSlam. What if there's a situation where, you know, Naomi cashes in before that time and then we get Naomi versus Jade at SummerSlam? I'm really hoping for that. So I think that would be the direction that I would go. So fun pick, Asuka.
I like that.
But logical pick to me, based on that logic, I think Jade is the one that wins.
I am going to boringly agree with you on this completely.
Yeah.
Fun pick would be Asuka. I think the fun pick is Asuka because it's Asuka, you know, and I think another feather in her cap. You know, she's done it all. And but she hasn't won Queen of the Ring. So I think kind of top off to her and ode to give her something nice. Logical pick, yeah. I'm gonna go Jade Cargill because, like I said before, the minute I saw she was in there, and until I saw Asuka, I was like, it could be either one of these two. And now this is the final. But I'm gonna go Cargill. Asuka doesn't need this win. It would be a feather in her cap and another thing on her resume. Asuka doesn't need the win. Jade could use it to propel herself into superstardom. Now, with the winner getting that match, hopefully Jade is ready for that main event first. Yeah. Not main event, but the SummerSlam Championship match. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to go Cargill as logical, Asuka for fun.
Yeah. Although, real quick, before we move into the next one, the Asuka win wouldn't be bad either because then that could lead us to Io Sky, and that would be an awesome match too.
Right.
So
another very solid point. Very solid point.
Yes. But then we get the next match.
Yeah, it's our boy Codith Rhodes versus Randall Orton.
Randall.
So I think we went out of order. I think you went last time. So it's all right. I'll lead this one. Fun pick is Orton because it's Randy Orton, and then you can start doing a whole lot of stuff with him and Cena and do this the way it should have been done the first time around before we got that match in St. Louis. That was because it just wasn't up to snuff. But logically, it's Codith. I mean, you can't have him lose here. I mean, he's coming back unless we see some kind of really weird turn for Randy Orton where he loses it or something. I don't know. This has to be Cody, so you can kind of prep for him and Cena because it's going to be we'll be at SummerSlam. So this is one of the premium four. So you had it in Mania. You continue to slam. We'll see where it goes from there. But logically, Cody, fun, Randall.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. I got to agree with you, man, because the reason why Randy would be the fun pick, too, is because then you give him and Cena a chance to redo it again. Like you said, I mean, that backlash and especially with R-Truth interfering and everything like that, like it feels like Randy didn't get a true, real opportunity. So to get John versus Randy part 2, in the last final run of everything would be ideal. But Cody's hot right now, man. Cody's been hot since he's returned to WWE. So we're not going to lose that momentum. But hopefully they do something awesome with him to get Cody to the next level because I am kind of getting a little tired of the nice guy stick. So maybe this is the start of him being heel or whatever the case is,
Maybe he turns on Orton somehow or cheats to win or something. Who knows? But yeah,
right.
No, it's good. Yep.
And then we get the final match of the night, which is for the undisputed WWE Championship. And we got John Cena and Charles Montgomery Punk or Chick Magnet Punk or just CM Punk,
Just CM Punk, however you like it. I like Charles Montgomery personally. I dig the Montgomery once again. Ode to the Simpsons. There, C Montgomery Burns. CM, maybe it's C Montgomery Burns. Maybe he's related to Punk somehow. Oh, see, bringing in new stuff. Here, once again, I think this is a fairly simple one where the fun pick would be CM Punk because it's CM Punk. And then you can start building up their feud with Cena or do whatever you can do. But the logical pick here is John Cena. This is the John Cena farewell tour. His heel work is hot as can be right now. So there's no reason to have him not win this match. And especially being in the route that he's won all the other matches. Not cleanly, really. So he can do that again and win this match or what have you. But John Cena is the logical and CM Punk is my fun.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's just, John Cena, to be honest with you, I feel like what's going to end up happening in this match is what we got at WrestleMania 18 between The Rock and Hogan. We're going to get John Cena being cheered the whole time and Punk being booed the whole time. And we're going to get a change. We're going to get a shift. And hopefully they're experienced enough to know that they need to pivot at that moment and do something completely shocking. So hopefully the shocking, the logical answer rather would be John Cena to continue his heel streak. But I mean, the fun pick would be Punk, because then now we get a shift. Maybe this is the moment that turns Cena around, and now he needs to get back on the road to redemption. Who knows? But that's, Cena logical, Punk fun pick. But man, it's gonna be good though. I mean, it's gonna be a good PLE, man. I'll tell you that much.
The card is stacked. And I mean, I'm looking at the way it's built out. Like, you get that fun match with Kross and Zayn in the beginning. Then you get the women's match, the street fight. You're like, okay, great, dope. Fatu solo should be, and then you get the Queen, King, and the championship match, like, to finish it out. This is gonna be really, really fun, man. Really fun. I'm looking forward to it a lot.
Yeah, me too, brother. Me too. Well, that pretty much wraps up our picks as well as our Monday Night Raw recap. Just final thoughts on overall everything. Super excited. It's going to be a wrestling packed weekend for us and for me as well, because not only are we watching SmackDown and we're watching this Night of Champions, but we'll be going to a local show this weekend on Saturday. So it's going to be real busy for me, but I can't wait. I just, the love for wrestling keeps growing and growing, and I just can't wait to just jump into this weekend, since it's just, like you said, it's starting today. So we're going to get it. I also want to take this opportunity to go ahead and just thank everybody for the love, for the posting, for the reposting, for the comments, the engagement, the ideas, everything, because it only helps us grow, and it only helps us continuing on down this path on something that we love. And we just want to take everybody along with us. So we thank you and we love you guys so, so much for that. Continue supporting, continue liking, subscribe. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon. We even got a website, and we got so much more coming down the line, man. It's an exciting time for podcasting and an exciting time for wrestling and for the Primos, man. Arielito, you got anything to add to that, my man?
No, man, please click like, share, follow, all the fun stuff. Smash the buttons, please. We love you guys. We couldn't do this without you. Familia, we adore and appreciate each and every one of you. And we couldn't do it without you. So thanks again from the bottom of our hearts. Oh, and thank you to everybody who's assisted us in our journey so far. Eddie, your friend, who's made the hats. We have our graphic design team, the whole team. To my buddy Gino, who's about to help us out with some marketing on Tops Digital, stuff like that. Like, from Tops Digital, not on Tops, from Tops. He works for Tops Digital. But thank you to everyone who's giving us a hand along the way. We really appreciate it. Can't do it without you guys. Thank you.
Absolutely. I second all that, man. Bueno, primo. You know what to do then, because you know what time it is.
Well, being that I just spewed off about thanking everybody, I'm going to save that, say thank you real quick, and then just give you the usual. We'll see you when we see you.
We will see you when we see you. Enjoy your weekend, everybody.
Good night.